everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and today we are reviewing something fun. This is exciting. We are reviewing Western Legends. Look at this. We're reviewing Western Legends. Oh, no. Not this one. Do you ever wish you could play this, but then in this size? Yeah, that's right. Not this. We're doing this one. This is Western Legends Showdown. So Western Legends, of course, is the IP that I do love. It's one of my top games of all time. So when I heard there was a micro game that is a little bit bigger than a button shy, 18 cards, I think, in the main deck, and then you've got some other ones on there as well. But when I heard there was a micro game with the Western Legends name on it, I was extremely excited. This is very small, very micro. This is it. This is all you get. So we're going to see how this lives up to the name of Western Legends. But before I jump into what I think about it, let's first see how it's played. Okay, here's how to play Western Legends Showdown. This is a smaller game. Unlike the huge Western Legends, this does fit in your pocket. So pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to grab some cards here. You've got red cards, black cards, green cards, and then one reputation card. This is going to go with the first player, and it would also win a tiebreaker at the end. I'm going to go over it quickly, and again, I'm not covering every rule. This is just to kind of give you an idea of how the game actually plays. So first off, these green cards are locations. All these different locations, you recognize the iconography from Western Legends. So you're going to play with 3 different locations. And it's pretty much you're going to place cards like poker in Western Legends. And if you read the bottom of these locations, it'll make sense. For example, this right here, win the saloon if there are 3 or more wallop cards below of any color. Okay? So we'll say we'll play with that one, and then win the cabaret if at least one of each of these 3 are below. Each of them has different winning conditions that the bases break. So for instance, win the hideout if the sum of all cards below is less than 11 and there are at least 4 cards below. That's the hideout. Win the ranch if the sum of all cards below is greater than 11. So we're going to do that one, and then let's say we're going to go ahead and do the cabaret right here. All right, so everyone's going to get their cards. They're going to get the deck of cards. They're going to shuffle it up. And there we go. And you're going to start. So first off, I've got these. Now, you're going to notice that every card has a value, and they also have an ability just like the Western Legends card. This ability only triggers if you place it onto either an empty base, or if you place it onto a card and it is greater than the card below it. For example, if I were to place Wallop, I'm going to place Wallop right here. Let's say I'm going to place it here because I want to start getting 3 Wallops to grab this. Place a Wallop. This has an ability. You may play 2 Wallop cards simultaneously. Well, I only have 1 in my hand, so I am not able to do that. I'm not able to utilize that ability. But there we go. I placed that. And there we go. And then I can draw back up to 3. It is the next person's turn. The next person is going to have 3 cards as well. They look at theirs and take a look. Right now, I could do Wallop if I wanted to. Here, it's not greater than this card. So I could go ahead and place Wallop, and then because of this, another Wallop. I could do that because I can use that ability. But instead, I'm going to do, you could do Cheat. If I place Cheat here, then I could use that ability. You may swap a position of any 2 cards, including Cheat. So if I wanted to place it here, I could swap the position, but there's nothing else really there. So what I will do is I will go ahead and I will just place these 2 Wallops right here. I will then draw back up to 3. All right, and then other person's turn. You're going to keep going through right here. Tell you what I'm going to do. Cheat right here. You may swap the position of any 2 cards, including Cheat. So, tell you what, I will place this. I'll place this right here. I can swap, so I'll swap this one here and here. So that makes 3 ones. So you're going to keep playing like that and draw back up. Just like this, and the next person is going to go. So you're going to keep drawing like that until one of these breaks. Like, for example, say you've got a 6 here, And you have finally, you've got 9. It comes to my turn, I drop a 5 right there. Boom. Into my turn, I have won this location. I will then take all of these cards, and then I'll put them aside, and we keep going. Then after the decks are depleted, the game is over. You will also be able to win locations with the highest card. Highest card at each location will go to their stack. And at the end, you're going to take all the cards that you have won, you're going to count those up, and that is going to be your victory points. There are 18 cards in there, so you could tie. You could have 9 to 9, and if you do, that is where this reputation card comes into play. Whoever has this will win the tie. The only way you would get rid of this is if you did pass. If you decide not to play a card, you have to give your reputation card to the other player. So that's it. Pretty much you're just going to go ahead and you're going to win each of these locations, several locations. Each one does something different. I'm going to show you a couple of the cards here so you know kind of what the abilities are. Move saddle up and the stack below to another location. You may go on top of bulletproof. Why that's important is, say this hat needs 11. There's several over here, but there's not 3 wallop cards. I could drop this onto a stack, move those over. Now that's going to beat that base, and then I can take all of those and put them in my stack. Then you've got determination, immediately play another card. Bulletproof, this may only be covered by a card of the same color. Saddle up and stick them up abilities ignore this rule. And then Living Legend, which is one of my favorite ones. I like the artwork on that. This one, pretty much, if placed at a non-empty location, you just win that location. No matter what's going on, you just walk in and say, you know what? That's over. Do it and take it. And again, each person has all of these cards. So you know what the opponent has played, and they put them forward like that. So that is pretty much the game. That is all there is to it. So we're going to send it back to the studio and see what we thought about it. Okay, so that is how you play Western Legends Showdown. Pretty much that's all the rules, but it's a very, very simple game about breaking each location with whatever they're looking for, whether it's a certain type, color, numbers, whatever. All right, so first off, this game is not Western Legends. And again, going into it, I probably knew that because Western Legends is such a large, sprawling, open world style game that I think I probably expected it to be a bit more tied into Western Legends. Now, that being said, a lot of the symbols and stuff are ones that you would see in Western Legends. So you do recognize the symbol for Sheriff's Office, the Hideout, the Mine, the Saloon, the Ranch, Cabaret, all those, you would recognize all those from the game of Western Legends. And thematically, I guess they make sense. They talk about the hideout when you win the hideout if it's less than 11 because, you know, they're trying to be quiet. The mining, you're mining certain colors. So it's a very thin, tied-on theme on this. But the cards do look very similar to the cards of Western Legends, especially the poker cards. Poker cards in Western Legends are one of the main things on it. And as far as those abilities on the bottom of the cards, these do look like Western Legends. That's kind of where the similarities end, though. Now, going on to the abilities of these cards. The abilities of these cards are, I'm not sure, I guess they're balanced because we played several times. It's more strategic than I thought it would be going forward. For instance, that's 7 right there, the 7 Living Legends. You place it on top of any non-empty location and you immediately end. I like that. It's very good. You kind of hold it. Each of you have one of them and you want to wait to play it at the right time. I like the fact that each person has about 9 cards, But so you know what they have and what you have. You don't know whether or not that's in their hand, especially at the beginning of the game. Because at the beginning of the game, you're hoping it's not in there because they only have 3 or 4 cards. You can get away with more. But later, more cards are placed down. These hideouts or these locations are more valuable because if you win them, more cards come back. So you might be kind of aiming for a certain area, but they could do that too. They could move over and then all of a sudden they can pull those towards them. Now, all that being said, the game is swingy because if someone gets a location with a lot of cards, that could be the game. You know, you could lose one location with a lot of cards and that virtually loses the game for you. because it is, I mean, there's only 18 cards in there. I mean, 9 and 9. So you could easily lose the game. But all that being said, it's a very quick game. It says 20 minutes on here. I think it's barely 20 minutes. I think it can be played probably in 10. And there are different locations in here that you can play, so it does give some variety to the game. A lot of them do play similarly, but different locations so you can give some variation. Now, I do like, I like most of them. Some of them took a bit to make sense. I like the mechanic as far as like you can play them for the value and the action if it's greater than the one underneath it. So sometimes you will just play a card just to kind of get that number up and get it closer to the breaking point, whether it's 11 or 12, and forego the action. Or do you hold on to it so then you can play it later? If that breaks, you can then play it and then start to use the action as well if it's really powerful. So there is a lot of thought that goes into it. Now, all that being said, Western Legends, I was really excited about it, and when I opened it and saw it really was kind of a tight-on theme, it wasn't really deep in the theme, I was like, oh, but for what it is, I had to reevaluate what this is. This is probably a $10 game that goes in your pocket, and similar to Button Shy. A lot of Button Shy games are about this size. And that, as it is, I really enjoyed it. This is a game right here that my wife and I have played at the hotel a couple times. You can play it on the plane. We played on the plane on the way back from Gen Con because it is very quick. It can be played on a tray table. Everyone has their cards. You just go forward. I really would, it's funny how I came in lower at first when I played this. I was like very disappointed. This is barely like Western Legends. But then the more I played it, I really embraced it for what it is. This is a nice pocket micro game. This is very enjoyable. It is very swingy. It can be luck based, and I think you could probably break the game by playing things in a certain, trying to find an OP way of strategy. But I don't know, because up until now we've been very even going back and forth. I like the artwork on it. I think it's good. This is a good travel game. If you're looking for a game to take with you, throw in your pocket, I do recommend it. If you like Button Shy, this has a different feel. I do like Sprawlopolis. I like a lot of Button Shy games, Skulls of Sedlic, all this. But honestly, this will be one of the ones I will probably take with me going forward. So I'm going to rank it on that, and I actually did enjoy it. That gets a 7.5 from me. I really do enjoy the game. If you go into it wanting some big Western Legends epic feel, this isn't it. But if you're looking for a game that's going to be fun for you to throw in your pocket, take with you, you can play on the road, play anywhere you want to go, then I recommend it. This is Western Legends Showdown. Really fun, and it's approved. It is Western Legends Showdown. All right, thanks guys. Bye.